Alright, so, moving on to our next Patreon request, and this one comes from my good friend Jason Voorhees 2011, who asked me to do a non-comic lineup, which I used to do on here, but now I do over on Patreon. And as always, if you'd like to check out some exclusive content on Patreon, just hit the link below, head on over, and you can hit the second tier, which will give you all the exclusive content and the polls, as well as the movie reviews that I do all over there. But if you hit the fourth tier, you can do all of that and also send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. So yeah. Now this team is going to be interesting because this isn't a team you've heard of before. This is not really a team that you've really heard of before, and that is MODOK's 11. Now, who are MODOK's 11? MODOK's 11 was basically a miniseries set during World War Hulk, where MODOK, using this opportunity that everyone was battling the Hulk, gathered together a few, like, D-list villains and basically had them steal a device from AIM. So there you go. Like, it was characters like the Chameleon, Puma, Rocket Racer, the Armadillo, Deadly Nightshade. It was a lot of, like, D-list villains. It was a lot of, like, D-list villains, like C and D-list villains that, like, MODOK gathered together. And it was meant to be, like, a big heist story with, like, the Spot. Also, the Spot was there, who's apparently, like, the big villain for the new Spider-Verse movie. All right, okay. I'm not mad about that. I'm just like, ooh, that's cool. Makes sense. Yeah, so, for those who don't know what non-comic lineup is, non-comic lineup is basically a team, a comic book team, like Avengers or something like that, and we basically put in characters not from comics. So no Marvel, no DC, no Image, no stuff like that. And we basically put in characters from, like, cartoons, anime, books, movies, stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's get started with MODOK's 11. So who would be our MODOK of this team? Who would be the MODOK of this cadre of villains? Well, there were a few picks. There were really several picks for who I wanted to, and I was close to, like, Starscream or Zim, but one guy really, like, came back to me again and again and again. Like, one character kept coming back to me again and again and again, and that was Jack Spicer from Xiaolin Showdown. You don't think Jack would really, like, bring together a bunch of other characters to be like, hey, you guys want to help me steal something? And everyone would be like, you got money? That would be their first reaction, which is, bitch, you got money? And he's like, yeah, I got money. Totally, I'm so loaded. I hope this works, or they're gonna kill me. Yeah. So, Jack Spicer would be my pick as the leader of what I would call called Spicer's 11. So that would be a lot of fun to have Jack Spicer as the leader of this team. Just because he would, like, some of the characters I would have on here would literally just not listen to him. Just no way, shape, or form. So let's move on to our characters. So first on this team I would pick is Mr. Compress from My Hero Academia. So Mr. Compress would be a lot of fun as a villain to have in this team because he's got so much showmanship to him. I think he was like a professional thief before joining the the Villain League, and I think he would be, like, kind of like one of the people to be, like, first to try to backstab Spicer and the others. I think he would be very much like the Chameleon was in the team. Where Chameleon just was like, he just up and fucked off. Like, the moment he got the news about what was going on, he immediately went to AIM, and they basically replaced him with a super adaptoid. So, Mr. Compress might do something like that, really. So, next on our list would be Black Cuervo. Black Cuervo, aka Zoe Alves from El Tigre. You think I wasn't going to put an El Tigre character on here, let alone Zoe? She's perfect for this lineup. Zoe is a Master Thief. She's got an enhanced armor to her, and she's had she can take on some some big heavy hitters. I could definitely see like Zoe as another person who'd be like, Spicer, fucking really, dude, fucking really, like you better be able to pay us, because I guarantee you she'd be the first to like charge up the wrist laser and go, okay, asshole, pay up. So Zoe is our third member on the team. Following that, we move on over to Powerpuff Girls, and the person I would pick from Powerpuff Girls to have on this team is Fuzzy. Fuzzy would be a lot of fun. Fuzzy Lumpkins would be definitely like a strong arm to the team. He'd be very much like Armadillo, how Armadillo was on the original roster, where he would just be like, I just won't go back to my proper day. But Jack like convinces like, oh, but I can get you shiny new things for your property. And he's like, I can get a toilet? And he's like, oh god, yeah, we could totally get you a toilet, you sick fuck. So Fuzzy Lumpkins would be our next member of this group. Following that, I think another one would be fun, and this is going to sound a little weird, but Gideon Gleeful from Gravity Falls. Why Gideon? Because he's not, like, he is kind of reformed, but he's not. So it'd be kind of fun to see like him trying to like get back in the groove of things to be a villain again. And he does have his own little cadre of inmates who work for him now. And I think it'd be kind of fun to see him have like a power struggle between him and Jack. Could you just imagine the dick measuring contest between Gideon and Jack? It'd be fucking hysterical to listen to, like, them get into a slap fight and then like have a power struggle within the team. Yeah. It'd also be kind of fun because Gideon also still has like some of his mental powers left, so I think that's why Jack would pick him. Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely Gideon. There's our next member. Following that is and this is another one I think would be a lot of fun to see in like that kind of capacity, is Rastakor from Star vs. the Force of Evil. Rastakor is, despite being an absolute, like, proclaiming to be an absolute badass, Rastakor is a fucking idiot. And of course, Jack would try to be like, oh, you're so awesome, you know, you're gonna get so much money, and, you know, people are gonna see you as the ultimate badass. And he's like, you're right, I am a badass, look at my chainsaw! But of course, that guy's going to be so fucking goddamn useless that he's like, I should have revived, I found a way to revive Toffee. I should have, fuck me. So there's our next member. Following that, our next member to the team, our next member, to this group, because it's a lot of, like, people, a lot of, like, bumbling fools or idiots in some way, and including that is it's not Lord Hater, but the one person I think would be fun to see on this team is I think it would be a lot of fun to see the Black Cube of Darkness from Wander Over Yonder. Like, he would be the secret weapon. Like, that's the thing, is that the infinite Black Cube of Darkness would be the secret weapon that Jack would unleash on everybody. He's like, haha, now I got you now. Behold, the Black Cube of Darkness. And everyone's like, the fuck is... Oh my god! Like, everyone's like, oh, shit! Yeah. All scared now, huh? Black Cube, bitches! So yeah, the Black Cube of Darkness is our seventh member. There's 11 characters. There's going to be 11 characters on this team, so buckle up. So moving on to character number 8. Character number 8 is gonna be interesting. Because, like, here's the thing, is that there aren't a lot of, like, anime characters that are, like, that are like kind of like bumbling. Even Mr. Compress is very competent as well, and some of them, these guys are competent, and that goes with this guy too. In terms of competence, we're gonna go with Roman Torchwick from Ruby. Roman would be a lot of fun because he'd be one of the more, like Compress, one of the more experienced villains. He'd be one of the villains that would be very experienced. He's got some cred to him, and he would also be like, I wouldn't say he would be like looking for, for a power struggle, but he'd definitely like be looking to fuck everybody else so he could get his cut of the money. He would definitely try to get his cut first and foremost for the money. So yeah, definitely Roman would be on this team. So now we're on to number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Our 9th character on this team is another lovable rogue who I think would also try to screw everybody over. That's Hondo. Hondo Ohnaka from Star Wars. Hondo would be so much fun to have here because he'd be like the old thief trying to look to get one more score. And Jack would be like, "Hey, you want to join us? It's the big score, the one last score." And Hondo would be like, "Yes, I look forward to stabbing you on the back." What? Yeah, Hondo. I would even love to see Hondo and Roman, like, them try to out-cheat one another. I think that would be the big thing, is just have Roman and Hondo just completely, like, try to fuck each other over. That'd be in of itself. So now we're on to member number 10. And that member we're going to have is Swindle from Transformers. Swindle from the Combaticons. Swindle is a thief, a liar, and he's perfect for this team. He was one of the characters when I was thinking about this group. I was like, yeah, Swindle has got to be on here. Swindle has to be on this team no matter what. It would just be, it would be a crime if he was not. So, yeah, he's also the getaway car. Yeah, you need a getaway car. So there you go, Swindle. And finally, our 11th member of the team is another competent villain, because you kind of need a good balance of stupid and incompetent. And that character is none other than Shigo. Shigo would be the one, like, I think Jack would bring her on as, like, for credibility. That's what he would want from her, is credibility. Because if you had Shigo on your team, then you have credibility for other villains to be like, oh, you got Shigo. How much money are you paying, man? And if he got Shigo on the team, then that means this is a big score, and it's probably going to be like, he's probably got some, it's probably going to be a big score, and he's probably a credible person if he could get Shigo on his side. Like, that's what I think the main thing is, that Jack wouldn't, like, care about her input or give any shits about that. It'd be more along the lines of, hey, I got Shigo! You guys think I'm cool now, right? Right? That's how I basically see how Jack would treat Shigo on this team, for the most part. So, there you go, guys. That is pretty much, my version of MODOK's 11, or I'd rather call it, MODOK's 11, now Spicer's 11. So you guys tell me in the comments below, who would you have as 11 characters for your own version of MODOK's 11? Just comment below, let me know, and as always, like I said, if you want to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, hit the 4th tier. Other than that, Jason, thank you for this Patreon request. Other than that, I am Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.